Welcome back to another video of mine, ladies and gentlemen. Jumping straight into this one. I am so happy. I am so happy that we have an out-and-out villain. We have a legitimate villain in the Cobra Kai mythology that is just straight bad to the bone. This is exactly what I wanted for this season. Everyone that commented, "Oh, now Miguel and Robbie are on the same page. They have to fight again," because no. We don't got to do that. We know that Sensei Kim had a dojo. And I said, you put a character in there that's a legitimate psychopath, like someone that is on job. They have no qualms about who they hurt or who they step on. And that was a discussion that me and many of the kings have had on many of the streams in the past. And I have been a huge advocate for to just have a legitimate threat. Someone like this guy who is a legitimate threat, who has no issues about who he steps on, who he walks over, and just someone who loves being a bit of a prick. I'm going to be honest, like for lack of a better term, the amount of complexity that Brandon Lee has brought just with his few scenes alone is absolutely staggering to me. And there's all this talk of spin-offs and future sequels and things like that. I think you're setting one up right now with him. Now, obviously, he's not going to be a 100% one-dimensional villain character. There's going to be a level of gray, and there's going to be some nuance in there. But I think, you know, as of right now, as of this moment, it's so refreshing to have a fighter who's just bad to the bone. Like, they do not care. And Brandon Lee's character, Kwon, does not care. The amount of dirt that he put in on Yoon alone, who's on the same team as him, imagine the amount of smoke that he's going to put into people that aren't on the same dojo as him. Like, I can't even fathom. And Brandon Lee, credit to him, his athleticism and what he brings to the role physically is absolutely incredible. It's absolutely astounding. And the intro shot of him lifting the board up, saying, no, higher, higher, and then smacking the daylights out of it. Not only does that set up a character getting their head taken off in the Sekai Taikai, probably Dimitri, if I was a betting man, but secondly, it also raises the stakes that this guy is not to be messed with in any way, shape, or form. He's legitimately bad to the bone, and I'm excited to see more of him because every time we get an ounce of Brandon Lee's character, I just want to see more of him. I want to see more of what he brings. He brings, like for any anime fan, he brings bad villain final boss vibes. Like it's anytime he's on screen, you think, oh shit. You know, at the ending of episode 5, when all of our characters are there for the Sekai Taikai, and then all of a sudden Brandon Lee just walks into shot, like you just feel an energy and an aura that, oh, this dude is a legitimate boss. And I love that. I love that Cobra Kai now has a villain for the kids, someone who they can actually root against, someone who has no morals, who has no inner peace, someone that's just straight up, I'm going to kick your ass. And I think the moment that really solidified it wasn't even him beating up his own teammates. It wasn't even him arguing with whoever. It wasn't even him walking into the Sekai Taikai. It was the minute Kreese was asking about people, you know, who have more heart. What do you do? And his character literally just says, yeah, take it out. Get rid of their heart. Just kick it out, like something like that, or kick to the head. I've forgotten the exact line of dialogue. I need to re-watch the episode. Still cementing it in. So comment down below the line that I'm sure you will know the line that I mean. But that one line alone just tells you everything about this guy. He has no qualms, he has no issues, and he's not afraid to step on anyone who gets in his way. And I think he is driven by hunger. He's driven by a need to prove himself. And as Kreese says, you're cocky and you're disrespectful, but you can back it up. And I feel like out of all the characters, him and Dimitri might be running polar opposites for the simple reason. Dimitri's getting cocky, but as much as we love him, he's not lasting 5 seconds against Kwon. There's just no way. It's not happening. The only 3 fighters that are going to put any work in against him is Miguel, Hawk, and Robbie. Anyone else, I mean, Kenny may get a hit, but with what we've seen from Kwon and the picture that was released for the Inside the Dojo look, I think the odds are quite high that there's going to be a very small margin of people that are able to beat Kwon. And I really am excited to see where Kwon goes from here, you know, especially because up to this point, it's all been dojo war, character fighting this character, this person on that side of the fence, this person being a rival. You know, it's not a rival anymore. It's a legitimate villain. And I'm so happy for that because now we have something to genuinely root against. But also at the same time, the way Brandon Lee plays him and the direction that's given to the character, you want to see more of him. Like you shouldn't like him, but you do. Like you love that this guy is just a straight up villain. And it's so refreshing. Guys and girls, jump in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think of Kwon, what you think he's going to bring to the show going forward, the level of impact he's had on you for the short time that we've had him. And the reason why I've always wanted an out and out villain kid character is because we've never had one. We've always had gray characters, or morally conflicted, or they're on the wrong side of the fence, or they don't have a teacher. Those things could still apply to Kwon. It's Cobra Kai. But in this instance, I'm loving the fact that he's just a straight up merciless piece of like just straight up merciless. I love it. And if the stakes weren't high enough, they're already here, and now they're even higher with the introduction of his character. So I can't wait to see where this character goes from here. I'm sure he's going to shine in part 2, absolutely shine. And regardless of what way the show plays out, I think you've got a good story for Kwon, you know, and I think there would be a demand to see more. I think, you know, introducing Korean Cobra Kai, like, honestly, those gis looked absolutely sick. And just when you think Johnny's Cobra Kai design was cool, then Kreese's design was cool, then Silver's design was cool, then there's the Korean one that's even cool. Like, it never fails to amaze me. It really doesn't. And I have no idea if Brandon Lee will ever see this. Probably not. Maybe, who knows? But honestly, dude, keep it up, because that right there, that, and I think I'll speak for most people when I say you have cemented yourself in the Karate Kid mythology already. I think people are really hyping they're really hyping you up. And you've only been in a few episodes thus far, and I think already you have made such an impact in such a short time. Credit to the writing, the characters, the story, but also your portrayal of this character as well. And the best thing I can say about Kwon is he's like a mixture of Mike Barnes and Chosen. He's like a mixture of both. He's got the brutality and brashness and aggression of Mike, and he's got the prowess, the forthright nature, and the cockiness of Karate Kid 2 Chosen. Like, it's great. I love it. It's like a hybrid. I'll see you on another video soon, guys. 8K coming right up. We're so close. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. And if you're a returning subscriber, you know the drill. I'll see you in the comments section.